All right, I think we actually got Taeshawn. I think we got our technical difficulties worked out there. Let's bring him
Yes,
in
sir.
now. Taeshawn, what's up, man? By the way, you're live on our podcast right now, so
Yes,
just
sir.
be aware of that. Appreciate you hopping on. And how does it feel like to wake up the next day knowing that you committed and you're officially a Gamecock now, man?
It feels good. I feel highly. I feel like I made a good decision. I feel it feel great. Like I feel very great about it.
Now, Tayshawn, you had a pretty cool video that came out on social media. That was good stuff.
Yes, sir.
And if I'm remembering correctly, it started with you calling up Coach Beamer. Actually, had some video of that to tell him. I don't think we heard Beamer's reaction though on the
Yeah.
other end of the video. So I know he sent out his welcome home tweet after you called him. But what was his reaction on the phone since we couldn't see it? How did he take it?
I mean, his reaction was amazing. He was so excited, and he was like, "Oh my god!" Like he was surprised. He was excited. I mean, it was out there a 707 camp. Busy day for them. Just a busy day and hard working for them. But I called him. I hit him up. He was excited, man. He was ready to go. He's like, "Let's go. Let's get this thing started." I mean, he was so excited, and I felt that, and it was great.
Tayshawn, so when we were putting together our articles, sort of getting ready for you to maybe commit, I kind of always go back and read the prior articles. And it seemed like you had visited South Carolina many times before. There were already like several articles on Gamecock Central of you talking about prior visits and stuff like that. And I don't think I realized this, but so was South Carolina your truly like literal first offer back like last May, like over a year ago? Like did Coach Clayton White just get in on you like before everybody else kind of, or can you take us back to like over a year ago when they first started recruiting you?
So Coach Wright, he came up to my school one day and he saw me. We talked. Like he really liked my film. He was like, "Yeah, this dude, he's gonna be a great player and he's a great guy. He looked like you feel me, a great guy." And like at that time, he was like he ready. Like we already built that connection right there and there. I came back to the office and my coach said he offered me a scholarship. It was like, "Yeah, we got to get this guy. He gonna be great." And it started all right there. Yes, sir. And it was a great moment in time right there. So it's really when we connected to that bond and got that bond right there. So it was great.
So throughout that sort of full year where it seemed like South Carolina really prioritized you, it always felt like you had high interest in South Carolina. At what point during like all that, like were you always secretly like, oh, I'm probably going to end up at South Carolina, or was it more just like, well, I like them, but I want to just kind of see all my options? How, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in your head, at what point did it sort of morph from like, oh, I kind of like them to like, oh man, this is where I'm going to be?
Uh, I don't know. I had some moments where like, yeah, I feel like I had some moments when back then when I was getting like recruited highly by them. I had some moments like, yeah, I feel like this home, like this is home. I even called my mom one day and I was like, "Mom, like I really like South Carolina and how they treat me and the environment in South Carolina and just how the coaching staff move and they is a good coaching staff and Beamer, he a great head coach. So I was telling my mom like, yeah, mom, I'm probably ready to commit. And she was like, you sure? She was like, if you feel like that, if you feel like you're ready and you feel like it's school for you and where you belong, just do that. But then like I was like, I'm gonna just wait a little bit, mom. I changed my mind that night. I was like, I'm gonna just wait, mom, because he was just telling me to call them up and stuff like that. But then I waited. But now, it's amazing time, and I'm a Gamecock, and I love it. So it's
Tayshawn, I was actually looking up some of your stats on Max Preps, and I made a little interesting discovery here that I don't think I knew this. So, is this right that you play football, basketball, and baseball? Is that right?
yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a four-sport athlete. Yes, sir.
What's the fourth? Baseball, basketball, football.
Baseball, basketball, foot. Oh, track. I run track.
Okay, all right. So, run through baseball. You were listed. This might not be right, but it might be on Max Preps. They got you as an outfielder and a
Yeah,
catcher. Is that right?
yeah. I'm an outfield catcher and first base.
Okay.
Yeah, I play a little bit of everything. I play catcher, outfield, and first base, but mainly I was playing first base this season and a little bit in the outfield. So I played some catcher too, but I had my times at there. But it was good.
Tell us about track. What do what events? You got any times for us? Anything like that you can share?
Um, track. I ran the 4x1. I ran the 4x1 and the 100. So really track, I didn't like. I ain't continue it because I got a little too big. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, track. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. So I really ain't played this year. Like for my junior year, I really ain't. Yeah, so yeah, I got a little bit too big. Then yeah, that's about it. And then I ran like my sophomore year. I ran like 11.6. So I did when I was little. I was killing it. Yeah, I don't feel like 100, got too long. But yeah, it was yeah, track. It was good.
So that's a good segue. You and I have been DMing a little bit about your weight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that on three profile updated, by the way, man. So
Yes, sir.
for those who don't know, if you go to his on three profile, I think it says maybe 202, still 204,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
204, yeah.
That was from like 2022, I think. So that was a couple of years ago. And also you're listed as an edge guy, which I know I watch your film. You do pass rush off the edge in high school quite a bit. But
Yes, sir.
one thing, we've seen and then talking to you after the official visit, you mentioned Micah Parsons, kind of that South Carolina wants to maybe use you in a little bit of that role. I guess tell everybody if you can, Taeshawn, your absolute most up to date weight and kind of that plan for you that Coach White has in terms of like playing you as a linebacker, but also moving you around and letting you rush the passer too.
Yeah, so I'm 6'3", 230, 235. So yeah, Coach White, he got a plan for me. So he looking at me as linebacker, like that outside linebacker, or you feel me, that middle linebacker. Like I could be that Mike, or I could be that outside linebacker. Like they looking at me to rush off the edge, some like just rush off the edge, on third down plays, cover a little bit the linebacker spot. They feel like I could take advantage of that as that hybrid on their defense, and I feel like I can do that. Like I feel like that's a good position they put me in. I feel like I definitely like that would be a good position for me, and I show out. So I feel like that's a good position. I like what I'm getting recruited as. So yes, sir.
Tayshawn, tell us about you. Obviously, before you get to South Carolina. By the way, December graduate or next summer? Do you know when you're going to be graduating?
December.
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 Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm on track. I'm ready. So
Okay. So yeah, you get a head start. Go through spring ball next year. But when you look at the high school football season, you obviously got one more of those coming up. What are some of your goals that you've set for yourself and or your team, in your final high school campaign?
so all through the spring and the summer right now, like me and my team, we've been working hard. I mean, we've been doing good on 7-on-7 practices. We've been pinning our all into it, and it looks like it's gonna come out great. I feel like we got a whole lot of athletes on our team and good players, so I feel like we should have a good turnout this year. Last year we went 10-1. It was a little start. We went 10-1, lost first round of playoffs by mistakes, but I feel like we're gonna fix them and get back to the top. So we looking through to get through the playoffs and you know trying to compete for a state championship. And what I'm trying to work on is just getting better, getting faster. This year they got me playing the linebacker spot a little bit more, so I'm playing the linebacker and I'm playing that jack. So I'm playing that linebacker, and I'm playing the Mike a little bit, and I'm playing the outside linebacker, and I'm also working off the edge, that jack. But I feel like I'm gonna get better at that, and keep on getting faster and working out, getting bigger and stuff like that. So I feel like it's gonna be a great year for me and my team, and also me getting better as a person and as a man.
Tayshawn, speaking of your speed, man, I had gotten some feedback that it has looked like on top of getting bigger, you actually maybe have been getting faster over the last year or so. Do you feel that way? And is there a latest 40-yard dash that you can tell us about? Have you timed it all lately?
So my last count, I would say probably like it was a while ago. It was either at Duke. I ran a 4.55. So then my coach he be timing us, and I ran like a 4.48. So I'm definitely I'm trying to like stay in that range, maintain that, and just like, cause I've been flying around since I was little, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to maintain that, and especially when the way I've been on, you know, I hopefully I'm still at that speed. I'm definitely feel like I'm still at that speed, but I got my coach. He got a speed trainer, and we be working straight speed and stuff like that, and mobility. You know, getting better. You know, in the hips and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm about the same speed. You know, just putting on weight, and I'm gonna keep on getting better and better. You know, training. So yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's moving, man. That's moving. So, we talked about Coach Beamer's reaction, but what can you also tell us about just A, your relationship with Coach Clayton White, and B, when you gave him the news? I'm sure knowing he's recruited you for over a year now, prioritized you, it was probably a pretty special moment between you two. So, what can you tell us a little bit more about y'all's relationship?
So I like the day before that, I had text Coach White and told him, I was like, Coach, can I give you a call tomorrow at, you know, like at a certain time? He was like, yeah, sure, man. And I called him. Man. I was like, Coach, I think it's about that time. And then I told him I'm ready. And he was like, he was like, what you trying to tell me? He was like, oh, for real, man. I was like, yeah, Coach, I'm ready to commit. And he was like, yeah, man, like it was a exciting moment because he been recruiting me for a long time, and it was just great. Like, you feel me? Just seeing him, his excitement and stuff like that. So he was pretty happy. Like he he was out the window. So it was good. It was a good moment and stuff like that. Like he was ready, man. He was like, oh wow, man. He was fired up.
So I watched your Instagram, your announcement on Instagram. Um, was I seeing things, or was there a rooster? Like, was there a Gamecock
Yeah, yeah.
at your announcement, or did I dream that?
Yeah, it was the rooster. Yeah, it was one out there. Yeah, it was. I had one out there, so my AD had got one, so it was a pretty silent moment and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, it was. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if that was like AI or just like I was like, is that really a that's pretty good add on there. But Taeshawn, man, we appreciate the time.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck, this senior season. Hopefully, we can get over there and watch you play. And thanks for hopping on, man. And we'll definitely be pulling for you. And
Yes,
then,
sir. Thank you.
dude, man, in 6 months, you'll be here. You'll be here in Columbia, so it'll be here
Yes, sir.
before you know it, man. I guess while we got you, do you want to throw like a little shout out to the Gamecock fans? I know they're excited to hear from you and will be excited to support you when you get here.
Go Gamecocks. I mean, you know, go Gamecocks. Let's work. Time to work now. So go Gamecocks.
No doubt. All right,
Yes, sir.
Taeshawn, congrats again, man. Very happy for you. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the interviews throughout the process. And we'll check you out on the field this fall. Okay, man?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Yes, sir.
Yep. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
Tayshawn.
There it is.